Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready?
Kyle Whittingham and the Utes hit the road to Waco for a showdown against Baylor. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, it's that time of the week. We get a chat with one of the greats, Ian Fitzsimmons. ESPN. Ian, how you doing, man?
Hello, Ian.
I cried like a baby, and I mean like a baby. The wave, Scotty, you drilled it, man, at Kinnick. And the funny part was, and boys, always good to be with you guys every single week. Hey, look, Red Raiders are good. BYU, you're still in it. Don't cry like I did on Saturday afternoon in frigid weather, and it was awful. And Scotty, you called it, man. My producer John Medan. For people who don't know what we're talking about, so the wave, I've never seen it in person, where the entire stadium at Kinnick at the University of Iowa waves to the Pediatric Cancer Hospital. And it started in 2017. And when I say, holy hell, that is the best tradition in all of sports, not just college football, all of sports. It doesn't get any better. I mean, I'm watching Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks also turn and wave, right, to these kids. And my producer, John Medani's going, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm good." He goes, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No, John, I'm good. I can do this. I got it. All right, paint the picture from the field. You're good." Now, knowing my daughter, Rowan, was a patient at Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for children from the age of 3 to 17. He goes, "Fitz, you're good." I went, "I got it." And I turn around, and I see the entire stadium waving to these kids, and I'm like, I ain't good.
I
might need a minute.
500 stations plus Sirius XM across our great country, I was a puddle. I mean, I couldn't even get a word out. So, Scotty, you drilled it. It was amazing, and that to me was by far, bar none, the greatest experience I have ever had as a broadcaster. I've done over, now 12, this will be my 13th national championship game in college football. NFL playoff games. I was on the field in 1999, guys, at Fenway Park with the 50 greatest to play the game. Huh. Remember that scene with Ken Griffey Jr. and George Brett, and Teddy Ballgame, going down the list and, throwing out the first pitch to Pudge, and he fires a strike. I mean, those are all things that I've done. And that wave, folks, was by far, bar none, the most remarkable, impressionable, memorable things that I've ever done in my broadcasting career. I'll never forget it as long as I live.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go to Iowa, folks, it is worth it. And
just for that,
as much as I've talked about it, as much as Ian's talking about it, we're both underselling it on how emotional
100%.
it is. Yeah.
And Scotty, you warned me, man, Hans, and so did you. You guys warned me, and I'm like, come on, man, I got this. No, I didn't have it. I was far from having it. When I say a puddle of tears, and I couldn't the moment I said my daughter's name, I'm like, that's it, I'm done. And Mark Kestecher, the great play-by-play voice, and NBA fans out there with the Utah Jazz, Kesty. I mean, his golden pipes. He goes, "Ian, the moment you invoked your daughter's name, I knew you were done."
Well, I'm glad you had a good experience, Ian. That's amazing.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
And you had a hell of a game, too. Oregon found a way to get it done.
You know what? And that's what's crazy, guys, is that if people were saying, "Oh, it was an ugly game," no. That to me, and Hans, you've had your hand down the dirt. That to me was a beautiful game. It was 35 degrees. Can we not, by the way, football gods, can we not just drop it 3 more degrees and let it snow instead of, that freezing rain?
That's the worst.
10 to 15 mile an hour winds. It doesn't get, as a player, broadcaster, coach, I don't give a, photog, it is awful. But to me, that was a beautiful football game because those two teams knocked the ever-loving hell out of each other. And Oregon, without Sadiq, arguably the best tight end in college football, without DeCarrion Moore, arguably the best freshman wide receiver and their leading receiver in college football, Gary Bryant goes out in the first quarter. They don't have Jackson, one of their leading tacklers at linebacker. They don't have Harkey, their right tackle, and they still find a way in those conditions to come away with a win. Man, Oregon impressed the ever-loving hell out of me. That was a heck of a football game. And then if you think it was ugly, you just don't appreciate ball because 18-16 and the way those two teams knocked the ever-loving hell out of each other, hell yeah. Sign me up for that every week.
All right, Ian, I want you to climb into the heads of the CFP. AP drops their poll. BYU number 12, Utah number 15. Texas Tech finds themselves at 8. Get into the CFP's mind. How do they rank these three Big 12 teams after what happened this weekend?
Well, first of all, let me start with BYU and talking to Joey McGuire, head coach of Texas Tech, just last night on ESPN Radio. Joey was beyond over-the-top complimentary of BYU, saying that the score didn't really dictate how close that game was. So that's number one. You watch to me tonight, it's not about 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, those 5 slots. And if you're a BYU fan, if you're a Utah fan, you are this week massive, and I do mean massive, Alabama fans because you want Oklahoma gone with a third loss. You are also huge Pittsburgh fans over Notre Dame. Why? Notre Dame, get them out of there with a third loss. You are now fans of other teams. And when it comes to the committee, I am fascinated, Hans, to see how they do handle those last 5 spots. It's, I think BYU belongs. I think Utah is right there in belonging. But Texas Tech, folks, is legit. I mean, from the edges led by Bailey to when Baron Morton's healthy, man, they will get after your ass. So that's a heck of a football team. But for me, I don't think the top 4 change, and it really doesn't matter even if they did because they're getting the bye and you're at home. To me, everything is about 10 through 15. And right now, I'd still have BYU in. I'd have Utah still on the outside looking in, and that's why Utes fans, and it pains me to say it because you all know how much I feel about and what I feel about Kyle Whittingham and Morgan Scalley and that entire staff. That is this is one where I promise you are huge Oklahoma fans and you are rooting against Notre Dame.
Ian Fitzsimmons joining us right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. So you got Baylor and TCU, the two opponents for Utah and BYU this week. What do you see out of those two teams, and what can Utes and Cougars fans expect this weekend?
I'm still stunned. I had Baylor in week 2. Now, obviously, teams change, but I'm still amazed at how Dave Aranda doesn't have them playing better defense. I mean, he is a brilliant defensive mind. For people who may not remember, he was a defensive coordinator. Well, I mean, heck, he was out there at Utah State with you guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you know him well, But you go back to, he was the architect of that LSU defense, in 2019 when they went undefeated and beat, what was it? And I'm going off the top of my head here. I think it was 9 top 25 teams that year and going undefeated with Joe Burrow. Well, that defense, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they overshadowed that defense that Dave Aranda orchestrated. And I'm very surprised that this Baylor team is not better defensively. TCU with Sonny Dykes, man, they'll get after you too. It's not a gimme, but I did love seeing that BYU is a 4.5-point favorite. And I don't know if there's a number out right now on Utah-Baylor. I haven't seen it. I know they were waiting for, I guess it was a couple injuries with Baylor. And I don't know if that number has posted yet. I may have missed it yesterday. But, when Utah coming down to Baylor this time of year, at least it's not like it was, was it 2 years ago when they came down and it was like 130 on the field. The conditions will be a hell of a lot better. But to me, the bigger challenge, and I like Utah over Baylor. The challenge is BYU at TCU. That is a very underrated, underappreciated TCU team. And Hans, I'm pretty sure you probably already watched some film on them. Mm-hmm. They'll get after you, man, and they are legit. Sonny Dykes can coach them up. So, but having them be coming off Texas Tech and having to come back down here, is that game? No, is that game at BYU?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you're home. Oh, that's so much better. So you're not having to come back. That's one where I can't emphasize how big that is, and that goes to part why BYU is a 4.5-point favorite. But like Sonny Dykes' squad, they'll get after you, and they are very, very underrated.
I'm wondering, Ian, just with TCU's loss last weekend and kind of taking them out of the conference championship race, does that demotivate them? Does that make them softer, or does that tick them off and make them more dangerous?
I'm going to go with the latter. Just knowing Coach Dykes as long as I have, he's going to have his guys ready to go. They just because you're pretty much eliminated from the Big 12 championship. Which, by the way, how great is this stretch run going to be? I mean, come on, guys.
Oh yeah,
as good as it gets.
I mean, let's go, man. I mean,
who rises and who falls?
Heads, you got red, you got blue. I mean, come on, man. It's just going to be absolutely awesome. But I can promise you this: any Sonny Dykes head coached football team is going to bring everything they've got. So just because they're eliminated doesn't mean that they aren't going to try and play spoiler. And they still have, I mean, I know the bowl games for a lot of people are not what they used to be, but again, you're also looking at film don't lie. And these guys are always wanting to put good film out there. And if you don't think Sonny Dykes is not drilling that into his team's head, film does not lie. Meaning, hey, boys, if one of you is thinking about hitting the portal, film don't lie. NFL, film don't lie. And, oh, by the way, you don't want to embarrass mama and daddy on the field because film don't lie. So bring everything you got and some passion behind your pads. And I can promise you that's what TCU is going to do.
Ohio State still your number one team, but Indiana continues to do their thing, and I don't know if I've ever seen a better catch in sports, period, than what we saw in that Indiana game.
Cooper, Scotty,
yeah.
The presence of mind to keep the right foot up, right, and drag the left toe. Come on, bro. I mean, that was beyond impressive. But going back to the CFP, I don't expect a big change in 1, 2, 3, or 4. And even if they do flip flop, whether it's A&M, who I had this week, in Indiana, or even Alabama over A&M. Think about this: Texas A&M and their 9 wins. Do you know how many head coaches have been fired of their opponents in their 9 wins?
Yeah, pretty common these days.
4 of their 9 dubs don't have the head coach that they started the season with. Say that out loud, man. What is going on in college football right now?
Yeah,
I mean, we're just firing guys to fire guys, it feels like. And patience is no longer a virtue, as the great John Wooden once said. So, but going back to it, I don't expect any change at the top. But, man, this is one where, I mean, look at A&M. I mean, Auburn, Hugh Freeze, fired. Right? I mean, going down the list of A&M opponents where their head coach, Arkansas, Sam Pittman, fired. I mean, it's crazy. But so a lot of people aren't, I don't think, giving Texas A&M the credit that they deserve because Mike Elko's boys, they'll get after you also. And that's a heck of a football team. But they're defensive-led, not offensive. And that's probably why most of America isn't talking about them because they're not lighting up the scoreboard. And we all know offense, leads, and defense, well, they'll just make you bleed. And I'll ride with that side of the football any day of the week and twice on a Saturday.
Ian, one team that could play spoiler here in the state of Utah is Cincinnati. I head out to Cincinnati in a couple of weeks to call that game. And Utah needs Cincinnati to lose another one. So how good are they? How tough of an out are they going to be? Just give me your thoughts on them because for this state to get where they want to go, both Utah and BYU have to see Cincinnati lose.
Yep, and then so you're throwing every bit of mojo you possibly can over there towards Skyline Chili. And by the way, hands go three-way. Okay, that's the way to go with Skyline Chili in Cincinnati.
Every time, deep with the cheese.
Yes, that's my guy right there, man. Let's just get a 3-point stance and fire off and get filthy fat. Since he's good, and this whole thing was started by Luke Fickell years ago, which that's another surprise that Wisconsin said, you know what, we're not punting on Luke Fickell. We talked about this last week, and I thought he was cooked as Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving for that matter. I'm skipping a holiday. Never disrespect the turkey.
No.
But I like the patience that Wisconsin is showing, but Cincinnati, that whole thing started with Fickell, and man, they're a disciplined football team. They really are, and going there is not going to be easy. But one thing when it comes to Big 12 teams is weather, but it doesn't matter for you all because guess what? You're used to that weather. It's kind of like where Oregon and Iowa, where I was last week, everyone was talking about, well, this is typical Iowa football. Well, what the hell do you think's going on in Eugene, Oregon in November? Yeah. And it's freaking sunshine and daffodils. So, that's one of the biggest advantages that Cincinnati has, and you ain't got to worry about it. So I like their chances.
Hey, we missed you a couple weeks ago because you had to take care of some business with the procedure.
Rooter, that's the name.
Guess what? I'm an hour and a half away from the same thing.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. He's leaving here in a few minutes.
An hour and a half from
right now
procedure or hour
from
and
entry.
A half from starting that awful drip?
No, from the procedure. Drip? I'm already knee deep in the drink, man.
How the hell are you working right now?
Well, let's just say there's been a few times Hans has had to bring us out of break. Let's just say that.
We also have the plastic sheets on the chair.
Yes.
Folks, when I say, and if you've never had a colonoscopy, and this is my first one 3 weeks ago, when I say handrails and a seatbelt, and you have that red button that the president might hit right in global thermonuclear war,
yeah,
you're hitting that sucker about every 45 minutes. So, Scotty, I don't know how you're doing a radio show. While every now and then it just hits you, folks.
Oh yeah,
Hang on, hold up, gotta go.
Like that old Garth Brooks song, "The Thunder Rolls," and you just the lightning strikes, and you just get the
Hey, Ian, our guy over here is looking like that trimmer that ate the dynamite. If you watch the movie Trimmers.
So wrong. I mean, but look, folks, one, get checked. It's so worth it for peace of mind.
I don't know about that right now.
Cancer-free.
Yeah.
It is, but once you're done, it's the best nap ever. Like, Scotty, have you ever had one?
No, this is number one, man.
Okay,
I mean,
so
well,
when the anesthesiologist tells you, all right, count back from 10, I promise you, I'll give you all the money in my bank account, which ain't a lot, but I'll give it to you if you make it to number 7, because you ain't going to. Right. You got no chance.
Well,
the next thing you know, when you're laying down, you're on your left side, and the nurse is like, "All right, just relax. Here we go." And then 10, 9, goodbye.
Nice.
You're gone.
I'm looking
you're
forward
gone,
to that.
and you wake up and you're like, "Oh!" And the doc's coming to give you your eval. So there you go.
Nice. Ian, you're the best, man. Appreciate it.
I cannot believe that you are actually on the air.
Don't make him laugh, Ian. Don't make him laugh.
No, I want to.
It's all about the content, right?
Me naked right now. Go.
Oh, jeez. Now he's got it coming out both ends.
Oh, man.
I'll see you, boys.
See you, man.
Ian.
Oh, the great Ian Fitzsimmons, ESPN, right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Love that dude.
Yeah, he's great. So he went through the CFP.
Yes.
And he said that, and when he says, I think BYU's in and Utah's just on the outside, that means 12-13.
Yeah. Yep.
He's talking about the top 12 in the CFP rankings, and then because it's 12-team entry, so I think that's what he was meaning. Right?
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right, Hans and Scotty, right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to saddle up and talk about the winners and the losers. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, here's the good.
It is your good, it is your bad, it is your ugly, but it is also a Tuesday, which means time to give away some tickets.
It's Jazz Ticket Tuesday, and your chance to win tickets is right now.
Call this number now.
Call this number now.
Be caller number 12 at 801-575-ZONE. 801-575-ZONE. And you'll be on your way to Delta Center to see the Utah Jazz.
He fires the three. He hits. Oh, don't do me like that.
This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, you know the drill. Caller 12, 801-575-ZONE, and you'll win a pair of tickets to see the Jazz and the Hawks coming up on Thursday. All right, good, the bad, the ugly, brought to you by RGS Exteriors and Construction. Absolutely obsessed with quality results. Last night, Hans, I wanted to put this on the bad or ugly, but I think, you know what, Cade Cunningham has had himself a great start to the season in terms of total points scored. He had 46 last night in an overtime game, also 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals.
He's good.
So you see that number, you're like, wow. Well, those 46 points came on 45 shots. Not the most efficient day out there.
It's a heavy dose.
His 31 missed shots are the most by a player in a game since the 1976-77 merger.
Is that right?
The last player to miss that many shots was Rick Barry in 1967 when he went 17 of 50 from the field.
How many missed? 30 what?
So last night, Cunningham was 14 of 46.
So 34 missed.
Yeah. Yep. He became the second player to join the Pistons with a 40-point triple-double, including Isaiah Thomas. That's great. But he also went 2 of 11 from the three-point range. But here's the kicker. This is what got him over the top. He was 16 of 18 from the free throw line. That's his 12th career double-double. Previous high in the NBA season was 32 field goal attempts done by 3 players. But, yeah, he hosted up 45 shots, the most field goal attempts in the NBA by a mile this season. So there's some good. By the way, Cunningham had the second worst field goal percentage in a triple-double, 31%. You know who had the worst field goal percentage in a triple-double? James Harden, who shot 20% back in 2019.
Well, I want my superstars taking the shots.
Yep.
Yeah, and watching Ace Bailey do his thing, that, by the way, the Euro step back, beautiful. That fall back shot that's a la Dirk Nowitzki that hit.
That reverse dunk.
And splashed. The reverse dunk late.
Yeah.
Was that like a minute left or something?
Yeah.
The reverse dunk was beautiful. Like he's doing things. And I get it. From what I understand, he's going to be starting, right?
He started last night, yeah. So
no, starting moving forward.
Yeah, I assume so, yeah.
What I would hope is, and I know you got to be careful because you don't want to ruin somebody. But, man, I'd love to just see the stars get the minutes. And I want to see the young stars grow and develop. And you've got to find a Donovan Mitchell. You've got to find something that's lightning in a bottle. And I would never tell Will Hardy how to coach, ever. He's doing what he feels is necessary to do. And 100%, go do what you deem necessary. But, man, I would love a Cade Cunningham.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, you take 45 shots. They're all electric. They're all interesting. And maybe one night you'll miss 34 of them. Maybe one night you'll hit 34 of them.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, honestly.
And Donovan Mitchell was that way. I remember you called him a Costco shooter, whatever, year 2 or year 3.
Yeah, buys him in bulk.
And that's what he did. But you know what? That's what I wanted. Because if he's not taking it, if Ace isn't taking it, Svi's taking it, which is fine. I like Svi. But I don't see Svi being the name, face, and image.
No.
I see him being a filler, a Joe Ingles.
Mm-hmm. Which is no disrespect.
No disrespect. Love Joe. And Joe was critical in some of those teams that you were able to put together with Rudy and Donovan and Mountain Mike and O'Neal. And that was the last crew that really brought the boys to the yard.
Yeah.
And you got to find it. I love Cunningham's game. At the very least, you're getting electric activity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and look, even if you're not winning games, people are going to the arena because they want to see that guy.
Right, and he's drug an organization out of the depths of whale poo and at least made it entertaining.
Well poo?
Whale poo. Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, I thought you meant like a water well.
Nope,
Okay.
WHA.
Okay. Yeah, that's not enticing at all.
No. And it's the lowest form of matter on the earth.
Really?
Yeah, because if a whale were to poop over the Mariana Trench, it would go, 8 miles down.
It's dense? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, depending on probably what it's eaten.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it goes deep.
Oh,
Lloyd,
condescending.
what do you mean rap? We got a bad. I want to get to this bad.
Yeah, let's get to the bad.
Now the bad.
Well, I want to know what's going to happen here with Brian Kelly.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. There's a lot of billable hours going to be earned on this one.
This is crazy. So initially, Brian Kelly was fired, and we were all like, "Oh, pay him his $54 million." Well, then they find out he wasn't listed as fired because they have him in holding, and they're trying to say it was with cause. Now, Brian Kelly's attorneys, and by the way, Brian Kelly, LSU head coach, fired. Now, Brian Kelly's attorneys are now issuing a lawsuit saying, wait a second, no funny business. LSU has not issued any official statement, but it's becoming more and more clear that LSU is going to try to get out of the $54 million payment by firing him with cause. Now, a couple of things here. According to the copy of the suit, it says LSU's representatives had a call with Coach Kelly's representatives where LSU took the position that Coach Kelly had not been formally terminated and informed Coach Kelly's representatives for the very first time that LSU believed there were grounds for termination for cause that existed. Now, here's what Kelly's contract includes. It says, for cause termination, material and substantial NCAA rule violations, being convicted of a felony or any crime involving gambling, drugs, or alcohol, or engaging in serious misconduct which either displays a continual or serious disrespect for the mission of LSU or constitutes moral corruption.
Well, that last one's a little vague. You could say he said an inappropriate joke at the office, and that's moral. You know, that's the thing. You got to be really specific when you're writing these contracts.
Now imagine being a coach.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I got fired. Team sucked. I suck. I'm awkward. I came up with some southern drawl when I was showing up. Or whatever. The dude has danced in weird videos. And
it's horrible.
He's been a nightmare from the jump for LSU. Imagine being him and you're like, oh, $54 million to sit at home? Great. Awesome. Fire me.
Let's go.
Now you're sitting at home and they're like, yeah, you're not getting the official termination clauses here. And you're like, huh. And then your attorney calls and says, hey, coach, they're going for cause. So we're going to need to get your phone and your laptop. We're going to need to see everything you've done. Is there going to be cause here?
Yeah.
Brian? Are we going to get some type of alert of some violation? And imagine being him and having to be upfront and honest and just be like, yeah, you're gonna see some things. We're gonna have to cover some bodies up.
Yeah. And really what LSU is doing is just trying to slow the process down and to get to the point where Kelly gets just impatient, goes, fine, give me 30. And they're like, all right, we're good. Like they're just trying to come to a number. It's just frankly a negotiating ploy. But
and it seems like everybody does come to a number, right?
Yeah, they'll come to a number.
Well, we've got a situation that's going on right here in the state of Utah. The former Utah State coach. Correct?
Oh yeah, Blake Anderson, still in the middle of it with Utah State. Yeah,
it's not fun.
Nope. All right, Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Take a quick break. Watch a little whole world news coming up next right here on the Zone.
Go!
It's time to span the globe for the hard-hitting news you care about. Well, not really. But hey, at least we found it interesting. This is Whole World News on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We've got the whole world in our hands.
You got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole.
It's another edition of Whole World News right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Oh, man. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm a little bit worried because Melissa's got the headset on and she's going to have to hear this and probably have to hear Lloyd's opinion on this.
We apologize in advance.
So a gentleman who had a great marriage, fantastic marriage, donated a kidney, I believe it is, to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's preceded.
Oh, I know this.
Marriage that focuses on a kidney rather than the heart.
Tonight, the story of a New York doctor demanding his estranged wife pay him $1.5 million as payback for the kidney he donated to save her life. CBS 2's Jennifer McLogan reports.
Part of the litigation, we are asking for the value of the kidney that he gave his wife. In theory, we actually asked for the return of the kidney.
Dr. Richard Batista, Cornell grad, is a prominent Long Island vascular surgeon, father of 3, married to a nurse. His wife, Donnell, went into renal failure in 2001.
She was my wife. My priority was to save her life. Save a life for herself, save the life for the future of our children, and hopefully, with that in mind, keep the marriage alive.
Dr. Batista said he was one of only 700,000 whose kidney was a match.
When I donated, the next day I was on my feet, going down the hallway to go visit her in the adjoining room. There is no greater feeling in this planet. To this day, I would still do it again.
Dr. Batista works at Nassau University Medical Center. His story of risk and sacrifice taking on a sensational twist, the doctor demanding back his kidney or $1.5 million in compensation after claims his wife denied him access to their children, had an affair, and sent him packing from their $1 million Massapequa home.
There's no deeper pain that you can ever express with betrayal from somebody who you loved and devoted your whole life to. And I saved a life.
So far, wife Donnell Batista and her attorney have not commented publicly on the battle for her kidney. Doctors we spoke with say such an operation is unethical and nearly impossible. On Long Island, Jennifer McLogan, CBS 2 News.
Georgetown University's Kennedy Institute of...
All right.
Well, Kyle Whittingham would like it either way.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll give
Give me that kidney. You know what?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
So you think
if she cheated on him and she's keeping his kids from him, now granted, there's probably two sides to every story here, but then obviously you're not ripping the kidney out. That's not happening. But pay the man his money.
If there is proof of those two things,
yes,
infidelity and her keeping the kids from him, then she owes him.
Yep.
I don't think that's how the law will see it. The court will see it. As far as it being taken from her, you can't do that. There's actually laws in place that you can't take an organ that you donated back. So that was one thing that I found
Taking them all back.
This is mine.
Well, then
my
you're
dream.
give me my $1 million home back.
It's my dream, my wish.
For that price.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, to your point, I think we all agree, and that's why I said I don't know how Melissa feels about this if she's had to listen to this whole thing. But I'm not asking for the kidney. I do want compensation.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're on the planet. You were able to cheat on me because I gave you the kidney.
I gave you that kidney when I thought you were a good person.
Yeah.
Turns out that you've ruined my whole life.
Yes. So now, not so much.
Now, if there was infidelity on his side, or if he was abusive anyway, physically or verbally.
Yep.
But if he was just a good man that donated a kidney and had this woman go rogue on him, I want the money.
Yep.
I'm assuming if he was a bad person, he's probably not donating a kidney.
Yeah, well,
I want to be careful about that because if Lloyd needs a kidney and one of us are a match.
You're You're giving him your kidney.
I'm giving him the kidney.
Lloyd doesn't want my kidneys.
Your kidneys have seen some
I'll
things.
take whatever kidney I can get my hands on. If it means living, just give me a kidney.
Right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.